taking a little break from turkey hunting. We did see a couple toms this morning out of range, but man, it is high humidity, cloudy, high wind. It is not a good turkey hunting day. But we saw some turkeys, and part of that reason is we've had several successful trapping seasons here in a row. Now, we've been on proving grounds too a couple years. We were trapping here a bit before we, split the proving grounds 1 and proving grounds 2. But this year we had our best year ever. Off about 900 acres, we caught 132 predators. 4 were coyotes, and the rest were primarily raccoon and possum, couple of skunks in there. 132. If you do the math on that, that's a predator every 6.8 acres. Now, they don't just live in 10-acre blocks. They're coming and going. A lot of these predators live partially on neighboring properties and part on ours. But one of our neighbors also caught 80+ predators. That's 210 predators off a couple thousand acres. That's incredible. Again, more than a predator for each 10 acres. Now, that's not all. We're seeing an occasional possum or raccoon on our trail cameras, and they will just come in more and more. Unlike deer, predators are territorial, and when you create a void, they move back in. I think that's part of what went wrong or maybe wasn't understood in past research. Oh, this trapping doesn't work because we remove a bunch of predators and next year there's more predators. And I agree that will happen. We've seen that. We've removed more than 100 predators off of 900 acres a few years in a row now. We know that's going to happen. But what we see is we primarily are catching yearling males. Those are the ones that disperse because that territorial system to find a new range. We catch more males than females. So the other thing is Missouri extended their trapping season till just before turkey season starts. It used to end at the end of February. So being able to trap closer to the nesting season allows us to remove the predators from where we want to produce a lot of turkeys and songbirds, and it takes a little bit more time for surrounding predator populations to move into that gap or void. So we got turkeys to hunt now, super excited about that. We're thinking we should have a pretty good hatch this coming year. At least we will know if we don't have a hatch, it's not totally due to predation. Now, we work on habitat too. You may see behind me, maybe I'll tell we've cut some cedars all over. We've been cutting cedars and burning. You've seen our videos on that. We're aggressively working on the proving grounds too to improve the deer and turkey habitat. And with turkey habitat, that's primarily nesting and brooding habitat. Vegetation a foot or two tall, thin enough where poults can move around, tall enough and some umbrella cover where that hen can get down and hide from avian predators and get that head up and periscope around and try and see them coming. There's still a ton of crows and hawks and big rat snakes and owls. We have not removed all the predators, but we've removed a good portion of the mammalian predators, and we'll see if that helps much. Now, this isn't a scientific research project. Don't have a control. We don't have stats to go on, but if you work a property and you have better and better hatches, not just a fluke hatch every now and then, you think that some of your actions are working. And we can't separate out how much the habitat versus predator work is happening. But I will share this. Again, unlike research projects, we help clients throughout the whitetails range, from South Florida to into Canada. And our clients that do a really good job of trapping, and in those states where they can trap during the nesting and brood season, those turkey populations are looking great. I think there's something to that. I am not saying this is research or definitive. Again, just a lot of personal observations, boots on the ground, working these properties. We use our furs, we'll put some links, but we've had quilts made and blankets made, or throws made, as Tracy calls them. Daniel's made some jerky out of raccoons. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do to this renewable resource, and they're definitely renewable because, again, we remove 100+ off 900 acres, and by next late winter trapping season, there'll be a lot of predators on our trail cameras. For those of you that are just getting started, we're going to include some links because we've shared how we used to duke traps. We use the cage traps and the dog-proof traps. Both are extremely effective. The cage trap will catch a little bit wider variety of predators. Dog proofs are mainly designed for raccoons. They got tremendous dexterity and they can reach in that small hole of a trap and pull the trigger. You'll occasionally catch another critter in there. You will never catch a dog, so if your dog's roam the property or if you got concerns about dogs, you're never gonna catch one in the dog proof trap. And if the dog is small enough to get in the cage trap, well, you just open the door and let it out. But those traps are very simple to use. They're not as complicated as a foothold trap that we use to catch coyotes or bobcats. So those are really easy techniques you can use. Again, you can check out our links. They're very simple. If you're in a situation where you don't live on your land, you'll go there on weekends, you can use the cage traps really easy because you can just shut the door when you're leaving, open it back up when you're on the property the next time. It's a great way to take younger outdoorsmen out. You're not being quiet, you're not as worried about your scent, you often have success, and you can have a product you can easily use, either for consumption or making a fine garment or something out of the pelts.
Growing Deer is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. Also by Green Cover Food Plots, Winchester, PH Outdoors, Moultrie Mobile, Steel, Fleet Outdoor Apparel, Morel Targets, Fourth Arrow, Scorpion Venom Archery, Case IH Tractors, Ward Laboratories, Burris Optics, G5 Broadheads, Prime Bows, and Redneck Hunting Blinds.
I really enjoy hearing turkeys gobble and seeing them. I get probably just as big a kick right now out of seeing poults as I do harvesting a tom, because turkey populations are declining by such a large amount throughout much of the turkey's range. There's a big problem. There's all kind of podcasts and people doing good work on that. But I don't know if we got 4 or 5 years to be researching. Now, I don't think turkeys are going extinct, but to, kind of know hunting as we know it now, I think we need some action. Certainly habitat's something important to do, and we know how to create good nesting and breeding habitat, and we also know how to catch predators. And there's no denying of the amount of critters that used to be caught when these pelts were financially worth something, where people were trapping for income to supplement their income or make their primary income. That doesn't exist now. Raccoon pelts, possum pelts aren't worth hardly anything, not worth the gas to run a trap line. So it's up to good conservationists, wildlife managers, hunters, fishermen, property owners, whatever, to help bring back balance to the predator and prey species. And I'll end with this. It's not just turkeys. This is not just for consumptive use. There are about 27 species of songbirds or neotropical migrants, at least where I am, and throughout much of the middle part of America, that nest 0 to 5 feet from the ground. You got 4 little birds chirping in a nest. You don't think that raccoon or possum coming through can't find that nest? We often blame the South Americans and the work going on in the Amazon or the rainforest for the decline in these songbird populations. I think we gotta, when you make an assumption, turn that back around to us. We're not managing our habitat in a lot of areas, and we certainly aren't trying to work for a balance of predator and prey species. Turkey hunting or trapping is just another great way to get outside and enjoy creation. But even more important than those activities is to take time daily, every day out of the year, there's no season, and find time to be quiet and seek the Creator's will and apply it to our lives. Thanks for watching Growing Deer.